One wet, stormy night, my buddy and I decide to go for a drive at about midnight. We hop in the car and start driving. Our target? Hicks Road. Hicks Road is a long, creepy road that tumbles through the hills at the edge of town. You follow it through until you pop out at another part of town. Anyway, I look at my buddy and ask him if he's ever been up Hicks. Halfway in each direction. Okay, fair enough. We get to the hilly, desolate part of Hicks. My asshole buddy starts telling me about the albinos that live up here. Apparently there's an albino camp in the hills. What? We had just seen I Am Legend in theaters, so I'm thinking these albinos are the fucking creatures from the movie. 10 minutes later, my friend says we've made it as far as he's gone. Okay, halfway, right? Suddenly, we spot a massive smear of red on the street. We laugh it off, must be blood from a deer. It's only logical. Another 10 minutes go by and I look at my friend and ask him if we're halfway through yet. I don't know. He's a dick. 5 minutes later we come to a solid fork in the road. My buddy has no idea which way. He reminds me that there was a massive drug bust up in the hills last year, and that if we make a wrong turn, we'll end up at a weed farm and get shot by the weed farmers. We turn right, but spot a, not a through street sign, at the last minute. Left it is. A few minutes later, a little fog creeps in. High beams engaged. The right side of the road is now a cliff that drops into a water reservoir. Classy. I lean over. How crazy would it be if we saw a truck teetering over the edge? He laughs. 5 minutes later, I shit you not, we come to a straightaway with a truck teetering off the side of the road. This is a goddamn trap. The truck is rust-colored, and I don't even know what kind of car it is. Straight rapist and murderer car. The back end is lifted high in the air and we can't even see the front. The blinking hazard lights only make it look more suspicious. I'm 100% certain there are, I Am Legend, creatures inside the truck waiting to ambush us. We bust out our cell phones, but we have no signal. We drive by slowly, trying to peek into the car. Nothing. The truck just sits there, teetering off the edge, scaring the shit out of us. We get past it, and start arguing over what would happen if we saw the people from the car walking in the road. For some reason, that was a terrifying idea. We come to another straightaway, and right as we get to the end, I catch something in the rear-view mirror. I think there's a car behind us, I say. He laughs and tells me that's impossible. We're nowhere near any homes, and the only way to get behind us is to follow us from the beginning. We come to another straightaway. Yup, there's a fucking car following us, and it's getting closer. I book it. Straight speed racer, trying to lose our pursuer. Finally, we're in a neighborhood. The car is still hot on our asses, but I know this place. I pull into a cul-de-sac and flip off the lights. An old BMW flies by. We follow this guy and see that it's an old man in a suit, at 2 a.m. What the hell? We drive off into the night wondering why these things happened. When I was in high school, I was sitting at my teacher's desk being an ass. I'm a nice guy now, cheeky smiley face. I put my feet up on his desk and since he had a wheelie chair that was close to the ground, the wheels popped out from under the chair and I went back of the head first into a cinder block wall. I then got up, apologized, sat in my chair, opened my textbook. And literally the next instant, it's me standing in the hallway, halfway to the nurse's station, walking on my own power to the nurse. In front of me was someone I knew since elementary school, Drew. So I stopped, looked around, said, "Whoa," and he looks back and said, "You okay, dude?" Confused to hell, I asked him what's going on. He said I sat down. I was staring into space for a little bit. The teacher asked me a question, and I responded with something along the lines of, "Spoitusnofoa." He told me to go to the nurse, and I packed my things, got up, opened the door, and walked out under my own power, correctly navigating myself to the nurse's office. He had sent Drew just in case. We got to the nurse. They said it was probably a mild concussion and I didn't have any complications.